Hi everybody and welcome back to LELB Society. I'm Dr. Hariri and this time I'm going to teach you a Persian lesson on negation. This falls into the category of Persian grammar lessons. And so the title is Negation in Persian Grammar, Affirmative to Negative. So negation in Persian is a crucial grammatical concept that allows speakers to express the opposite of a statement. This article will delve into the various methods used to negate affirmative sentences in Persian. So using the particle nemī, which is the most common way to negate a sentence, and the most common way to negate a sentence in Persian is by using the particle nemī. It is typically placed before the main verb. So affirmative is the affirmative form is من کتاب mīxānām. So من کتاب mīxānām, I read a book. The negative form is من کتاب nemīxānām. Nemī. Here is the particle nemī, which is placed before the principal verb خوانم. So I don't read a book. And remember, I will share the link to this article in the description area so that you can study this article on your own in more depth. Negating verbs with nemī and a prefix. For certain verbs, especially those starting with vowels, the particle nemī is combined with a prefix to create a more natural sounding negation. This is called assimilation in linguistics and phonetics and phonology. Affirmative او mīāyad, it means he or she will come, actually, or comes. And the negative form او nemīāyad, usually the ye sound is added as an intrusive ye because ayad starts with a vowel, and nemī also ends in a vowel. Therefore there are two vowels, and usually we just add an intrusive ye. So او nemīāyad. So negating verbs in simple past tense. To negate a sentence in simple past tense or زمان گذشته ساده, also if you just click on this hyperlink you will find an exclusive lesson on زمان گذشته ساده or simple past tense in Farsi. Simply add the particle na to the beginning of the main verb. For example, affirmative او به مدرسه رفت. او به مدرسه رفت. He or she went to school. So, and the negative form او به مدرسه نرفت. So I've just added na to the beginning of رفت. So او به مدرسه نرفت. He or she didn't go to school. Affirmative, another example. ما در جنگل یک روباه دیدیم. So we saw a fox in the jungle or forest. A negative. ما در جنگل هیچ روباهی ندیدیم. ما در جنگل هیچ روباهی ندیدیم. So دیدیم changes to ندیدیم. So I've just added na to the beginning of دیدیم. And we didn't see any fox in the jungle. And note, in the above example, pay attention to the function of the determiner هیچ, which is the equivalent to any in the English language in negative sentences. Any, we didn't see any fox. Okay, negating verbs in future tense. To negate a verb in simple future tense or زمان آینده, again, if you just click on زمان آینده, you will find an exclusive lesson on زمان آینده in Farsi. The particle na is added to the beginning of the modal auxiliary verb خواستن. I don't want to just provide you with extra information, because if you just want to know how to make a sentence in future tense in Farsi, you can just click on this link. زمان خواستن. I don't want to complicate this lesson, which is also conjugated with the appropriate inflection corresponding to the subject of the sentence. For example, affirmative or مثبت in Farsi we call it. آنها فردا غذای ایرانی خواهند پخت. آنها فردا غذای ایرانی خواهند پخت. So they will cook Iranian food or dish tomorrow. And the negative is آنها فردا غذای ایرانی نخواهند پخت. So خواهند پخت will cook. نخواهند پخت will not cook. Remember, this na or negator has been added. آنها فردا غذای ایرانی نخواهند پخت. They will not or won't cook Iranian food or dish tomorrow. Negating adjectives and nouns. To negate adjectives and nouns, the particle nemī is used in conjunction with the word باشد, which means is or to be. Example. این کتاب خوب است. این کتاب خوب است. This book is good or decent. Negative. این کتاب خوب نیست or خوب نمی باشد, which is more formal. این کتاب خوب نمی باشد or خوب نیست. خوب نیست is more common and also modern. This book is not good or decent. And also, because we are talking about adjectives, positive امیدوار. امیدوار means optimistic, hopeful. امیدوار. And because this is an adjective, remember, امیدوار is an adjective. And the opposite is ناامید. So na is added to omid. Omid is hope. Okay? And na is like less. The actually suffix less, which means without. So naomid means hopeless. Again, positive dana means wise, prudent, knowledgeable. Dana, it comes from danish, means to know. And actually nadan, again, na is added to the present root of the verb danestan, which means to know, and that is ignorant. Okay, this is another adjective and another dichotomy actually of positive and negative adjectives in Farsi. Positive با ادب means polite. با ادب. با means with. You know, adab means mannerism, good manners. Okay, and polite با ادب, and the opposite or the antonym is bi adab, means without good manners or impolite and rude. Bi adab. So you cannot say na adab. Remember, you cannot generalize it on your own, in your own way. So you should always say just bi adab, which is not a good, as a matter of fact, a polite word. Do not overuse that. So bi adab means impolite and rude. Positive توانا. توانا means powerful. توانا. It comes from the verb توانستن. It means to be able to. Or the modal auxiliary in English can, C-A-N. And the opposite is ناتوان. Again, actually we cannot say بیتوان. You should always say ناتوان. It means powerless or weak. Alright, negating existential sentences. Existential sentences which express existence or non-existence often use the verb hast. It means to exist, or نیست. not to exist. To negate such sentences, simply use نیست. For example, در این فروشگاه پنیر هست. There is cheese in this store or shop or supermarket. And the opposite is در این فروشگاه پنیر نیست. So hast changes to نیست. So there is no cheese in this store or shop or supermarket. Affirmative, another example. در این کیف کمی پول وجود دارد. Pay attention, this is also another way to talk about existence or lack of existence. Okay, there is some money in this wallet. And the negative is در این کیف or کیف پول هیچ پولی وجود ندارد. So there is no money in this wallet or there isn't any money in this wallet. And هیچ پولی, pay attention to this determiner. هیچ پولی وجود ندارد. وجود داشتن means to exist. وجود نداشتن means not to exist. As you can see in the above example, وجود داشتن to exist یا وجود نداشتن not to exist signifies the existence or lack of existence of something respectively. Okay, negating imperative sentences to give commands and orders. To negate imperative sentences, commands, or requests, the particle na again is placed before the verb. For example, the affirmative برو, it means to go, go, not to go, actually it's an order, go somewhere, for example. And negative is نرو, don't go. So برو is the imperative, go, and نرو, don't go. And the affirmative شما باید این دارو را بخورید. شما باید این دارو را بخورید. So you should or you must take this medicine. And also there is another lesson about دارو, and also in the previous example about pool or money. And the negative form is شما نباید این دارو را بخورید. Don't say شما باید این دارو را نخورید. This is not common. Don't say شما باید این دارو را نخورید. This is a common mistake actually in Farsi or Persian. شما نباید, it is negated with نباید, with باید, like should or should not, or must or must not. نباید این دارو را بخورید. You must not take this medicine. In the above example, باید or should changes to نباید or should not or must not. And the principal verb is not negated because that would be double negation, which is wrong. So شما نباید این دارو را بخورید. Again, the principal verb is positive or affirmative. Just باید changes to نباید. Okay? Do not use double negation. Do not negate بخورید either. Okay. So, negating in compound sentences. In compound sentences, negation can be applied to individual clauses or to the entire sentence. Example. Affirmative. من کتاب میخوانم و او تلویزیون نگاه میکند. من کتاب میخوانم و او تلویزیون نگاه میکند. It means I read a book and he or she watches TV. And negating the entire sentence. So in English we say we use neither, either, so reflexive pronouns. ما نه کتاب میخوانیم و نه تلویزیون نگاه میکنیم. ما نه کتاب میخوانیم و نه تلویزیون تماشا میکنیم یا نگاه میکنیم. We neither read a book nor watch TV. So by mastering these negation techniques, you can effectively express negative ideas in Persian and communicate more accurately. Remember, you can always share this post with your friends who might use this or need this article. And also you can follow us for more recent or fresh content on LELB Society. And this post falls into the category of Learn Persian Online with 500 Persian lessons and videos. And here are some key words. Persian grammar, آموزش دستور زبان فارسی. دستور زبان means grammar. آموزش زبان فارسی به بزرگسالان. Teaching Persian to adults, adult learners. انواع زمانها means tenses, different tenses in Farsi. And some related lessons and posts. Formal versus conversational Persian with examples. And this was published on August 21st. And Persian adverbs. 40 common Persian adverbs with English equivalents. Published on July 18th. And جمله سازی آنلاین فارسی Making sentences بهترین سامانه جمله سازی آنلاین فارسی برای کودکان especially published on June 24th 2024. And remember, you can always leave comments actually at the bottom of each lesson. There is a comment form. You can practice reading and writing actually, because you have this chance to read the other learners' comments as well. And as I said before, I'm gonna share the link to this article in the description area, especially on YouTube. Thank you so much for your attention. Hope you found it useful. Take care and see you in our next video. Bye bye everybody. Khadafez.